Welcome to Reality Hunt Club. In this webisode, we're going to be talking about our supplement feeder program. And the first thing we're going to talk about is our gravity nudge feeder. So stay tuned. Alright, as I said in the opening, we're going to first talk about our gravity nudge feeders, or what we call our supplement feeders. Now, this is one of the two stations that we built. Now we look for supplement feeders, and they were either huge or too small or too expensive, or it's going to cost a lot of money to ship. So what we started looking at then is, let's see if we can build one. And what we found we found this feeder kit down here at the bottom. They call it protein nudge kit here, okay, which is 3 big barrels, which attaches to the bottom of a 55-gallon drum. So once we got that, we obviously went and bought a 55-gallon drum, as you can see, and we bought a feeder leg kit. So we also bought a funnel, a 55-gallon drum funnel that funnels the corn through there, so it keeps flowing. There's no stoppage on the sides. And we bought a nice top that can't get over, raccoons can't get it or anything like that. And we put them together. Now, the way this works, see if I can get in there, not make you guys too drunk, is you got these two gates and you open up the door, and it's got a concave type size, so you can get a profile to keep the weather out, okay? And so as the deer eats it, you can see the corn coming down from out of the chute. And it's got a lip to keep the corn from keep coming down, from keep just flowing out. Now, that's gravity feeder, some people call them nudge feeders, whatever it is, but that's how that works. Now, we put a lot of corn on the ground trying to get the deer used to coming up here. And we got a few deer eating out of it, but they definitely eat all the corn off the ground, but they just hadn't quite crossed that threshold where they'll stick their heads in the nudge feeders and start eating. Of course, on this station and the other station, we've got a trail camera monitoring, so we can see how the deer are starting to learn how to use it. Okay, so, and we've got it out in one of our food plots. That's where we're going to have soybeans and grain sorghum, and the other one's where we're going to have peanuts, corn, and grain sorghum. So because of the because there's only a few deer eating it and the majority of them are not, we're probably just going to stick with the corn as of middle of April. That's our conclusion. It's not worth filling it up if we can't get them to eat the supplement feed. We're having to pour the corn out from the supplement feeder to get the deer to come around and eat it off the ground. So I think this year is going to be more of a introductory year. But before I talk more about that, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to my office and I'm going to show you some of the videos we got, and I'm going to put myself on webcam, and I'm going to talk about those videos, and then we'll draw all the conclusions for this episode. So stay tuned. Alright, now we're back in the office after I just showed you that video of our supplement feeder. Now, we put this out about 14th of February. And so, collecting the videos, the good news is the deer aren't scared by the feeder. I guess that's because they're used to those objects looking like that put out corn. The bad news is they're not walking up there and putting their head in the tubes, which I said barrels earlier, and eating the corn. Now, in this video right here, you can see there's a doe, and there's about 3 or 4 does coming to this one. You can see the doe, she smells the corn, but she's not quite knows what to do about putting her nose in there. Okay? The good news is later on I'll show you some video where these does have figured it out. See, put their nose up. Now, this is back in February. This little buck still got his antlers. Now, this is actually about 5 or 6 days after I put it out. You still see the corn heavy on the ground. It didn't take him long at all. And it's kind of funny because you always hear yearling bucks being teenagers and dumb. Well, this guy's not dumb. He knows where the corn is. And hey, matter of fact, even to this day, even if it's on the ground, he'd rather eat it out of the tube, take it out of the tube than take it off the ground. I've got videos of that. And he didn't take him long at all. And he's a good-looking little 1.5-year-old buck. So you see him put his head over and he's going to town. He eat a little bit on the ground. But the videos I got a couple weeks ago, he's barely eating off the ground. He's just taking it straight out of the barrels. So, and having these trail cameras and having it in video mode, especially these new ones we got, really helps out knowing what the deer activity is. Alright, here comes that little guy again. And what's cool about this one is he's growing his antlers. This is a couple weeks ago. And to be honest with you, this little guy, he will hit those feeders 3 or 4 times during the day. About every 4 or 5 hours, he will come by and grab and bite a corn. It might be a couple of bites, it could be a little longer, but he will come by and he will hit that feeder. So I thought that was cool to see that little guy do that. Now back to these does. Back to these does. Here those does again. They're still a little weary, but they know that corn's there. Now this has been out a while. There's no corn on the ground, but they know that thing puts corn out. And as you can see, that one, she's coming from that far side, and she's actually pulling the corn out because you see her chewing. Okay. But I've got a ton of video, and you see this one going from this side here. They're still a little weary about it. But that one in the backside, she always comes to that one tube there. She won't come to the other two. See, she's starting to get in there. They're starting to figure it out, as you see in these videos. But as I said in the other video, until they really start hitting it and buying that supplement feed, because it's such a large investment in filling up that 55-gallon drums, we're going to keep putting corn. Matter of fact, last week I just filled both of these up with corn. So it's 55 gallons of corn in both of them. So we got the cameras there, and we're going to keep doing that. I don't think we're going to make supplement feeder because here we are almost the 1st of May, and they just don't show a lot of sign of improvement. But we'll see. It's a learning experience, and the good news is they're not scared of them. They just have to figure it out like that little buck and then start eating a lot more, which is cool. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This is something new to us. Some of you guys might have had questions about it, so we thought we'd tackle it. And we've got 2 of these supplement feeders going now. We're going to keep monitoring them. Hopefully this time next year we'll have them eating the supplement feed and we'll pour it to them. Try to boost those antlers and increase that milk production by those pregnant does. So hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching Reality Hunt Club. We have a ton of ways for you guys to follow us and to keep track of our new videos that we put out. Probably the most popular way is Facebook. Log into your Facebook account and go up to the top search bar and type Reality Hunt Club. There you'll see our Facebook page. Go over and like us, and you'll be getting updates in your Facebook stream as to our new videos that come out. Another way is youtube.com/ToxicGivens. Click the subscribe button up at the top, and you can subscribe. And of course, you can always leave your comments in Facebook. You also can do it here in YouTube. This is me showing you an example of how to leave a comment in YouTube. And of course, we have a Twitter account too. You can follow @ToxicGivens if you have a Twitter account. And of course, we have the website ToxicGivens.com. You can follow us there. And if you've got an iPhone or any kind of MP3 device, you can click on the link iTunes, and we have an iTunes channel where you can download a smaller version of these videos. And finally, we're on Google Plus. If you log in your Google Plus account and you type Reality Hunt Club, it'll take you to our Google Plus page. So many ways to follow us. Pick one, pick them all, however you want to. Please follow us and keep track of our videos, and we'll keep bringing you good content and from this point on. So thanks for watching Reality Hunt Club.